Greetings and salutations. Welcome to Knife Chats with Tobias. Well, I tell you what, I am really backed up on things, and I'm not going to get unbacked up on things because it's just become a very busy time in my life at the moment, and I don't have a whole lot of time to do a lot of videos. But I got this package in from a viewer of the channel. Actually, the viewer has sent me something in the past too. And so this is going to be a kickoff of a series of unboxings and also just showing knives that I have recently purchased. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to break this up into bits and pieces. So 10-15 minutes tops, and then I'll break off, and that'll be the end of part one, and then we'll move on to part two. And this is I don't know how many parts it's going to be, but it's going to be something so that I can keep some content coming out on the channel. And I am still going to do my best to make it entertaining to some degree. And this one should be entertaining because, well, the person who sent this to me is the same person who sent me the hairy leg knife. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what's in the box. I also have several other things that I need to be showing. I've got at least a dozen knives that have come in, and I just have not been able to show them. But without further ado, let's crack open this box and see what's in there, and then I might show you a couple other things too. And I'll be using this knife to open that box. Okay, this is going to be a surprise to me, just like it is to you. This is sent to me by Holly, and I have no idea what's in here, other than some paper. That's all I've seen so far. And so there's something inside the paper here. I think it's in a box. Don't know what it is. It is a Rough Rider. Let's see which Rough Rider this is. It is the RR148. I don't know if that's the same as this or not. Oh, it is another leg knife. So let's see what she did with this one. Began as a white smooth bone, and she has done something else to it. So let's see what we got here. This one's a little different. I think I know what's going on. It is also like a matching leg knife. In this case, it's a leg knife with a run in the stocking. So I guess whoever had this leg knife must have had a cat or something also, because now you've got a run in the stocking on the leg knife. And you see the, or is it a run? Maybe it is just a fishnet stocking, because you see the garter belt up here and then the stocking going down here. So that's pretty cool. And you also got it on this side, another garter belt on this side holding it up. So it's pretty cool. First I thought it was a run, but no, this is the garter belt. And then you can see there, that's where it's snagging onto it. And then you've got the stocking below. Someone's having more fun with leg knives than I'm having. But now I've got a really cool matching set. I really like that. That's pretty cool. Thanks a lot, Hallie. You made my day with that one. That was fun. I also have another leg knife that I have recently picked up, and you know what? As long as I've shown this leg knife, I'll break that one out as well. And that will be the end of this portion, and then we'll move on to something else. I've got lots of other knives I want to show. I mean, a boy's knife. I got a lot of Barlows I want to be showing. This is becoming the year of the Barlow. I thought it was going to be the year of the Sodbuster, but it's turning into the year of the Barlow for me. But let me show you the other leg knife I got. Tell me that's not cool. Got the stocking and the garter belt on a leg knife. Let's get to the other leg knife that I recently picked up. And that one is actually from the Novelty Cutlery Company. And it's the knee-high one. And if you can see here, can we read that? It basically says, I'm going to have to zoom in. Take a good look at the bottle. Be sure it's knee-high. And get what they're talking about. Knee-high, drink knee-high in all popular flavors. Same thing, drink knee-high. 5 cents quality beverages. And the whole thing is there, you know, it makes sense to put that on a leg knife. Let me zoom back out if it'll work. Knife Chats with Tobias in partnership with the DGE-BAB Foundation brings you this brief public service announcement.
Howdy, boys and girls. This is your old pal, Jake, from the Don't Get Eaten by a Bear Foundation. Have you or your loved ones been eaten by a bear? You may be entitled to compensation. Contact the Don't Get Eaten by a Bear Foundation for more information.
The Don't Get Eaten by a Bear Foundation thanks you for your continued support. We now return to our regular program. Well, I thought it worked, but it didn't work, so this is almost like a take two now. Any case, this is one by the Novelty Cutlery Company, and the person who had it before me, or someone who had it before me, actually obliterated where it was made at, but I can make out some of it. I can make out enough to know that it actually said Japan, where they tried to grind down where it was made at. And so this is a knife that was made in Japan, probably in the 70s or 80s or so, somewhere around then. And the person who owned it at that time was wiping out that it was made in Japan, because at that time it was Jap crap. That would be what they would have been calling it. But this is really a well-made knife, but it wasn't made in the USA. So even back then there was the bias about that. And I got a feeling the person who bought it found out it was made in Japan after the fact, and so they wiped out where it said Japan, because Novelty Cutlery Company did actually at one time also make knives in the United States. They also made knives in Germany, but apparently this one was made in Japan, and whoever owned it did not like the fact that it was made in Japan. But it is a really well-made knife. You see the little swedge on the blade there, the long pull, and really great action going on with it. And because this is all stainless steel, this shoe works a whole lot better at getting off bottle caps without damaging the shoe. And that's one of the things that will happen with these, because the nickel silver is a little softer and it will get gouged by the steel caps on a bottle. And that is one of the complaints that people have had with them. But at least these will open it. I do have like the large one here. This is the 5-inch one. And I tried opening bottles with this forever, and it just kept sliding. They would slide out. It doesn't have that little bite at the edge. The little ones do have a little bit of a bite that will catch the bottle cap and allow you to break it off. But this, I don't have much luck with these. It's kind of too smooth, and they just slide right off. Maybe some people will have better luck. Maybe Skip could do it, but for me, it just hasn't worked. Steel wise, these are both probably using like a 440A stainless steel. Notice the difference in the swedges there. The only difference you see right here is this one is a match strike long pull, and this one is a regular long pull, but you can see where it came from and everything. I was debating on buying this, but I saw it at a very low opening bid price, so I grabbed it, and I'm really happy I did. See, it's a little slimmer too, which also makes it a lot easier for it to get onto the bottle cap and pop it open. So, any case, really happy to get another lady leg knife. The collection of the small ones is growing. I've got a hairy one, now I've got one with a garter belt and a nylon being pulled up, and well, I got the knee high with the knee high, so that's pretty cool too. In any case, that will end it for part 1 of this ramble. Part 2 of the ramble will be in a day or so. Talk to you again very soon, hopefully.
Let me take just a second to thank you once again for dropping by and spending a few minutes here at Knife Chats with the Pious. I really do appreciate it, and I do appreciate any comments that you leave. So please remember to give me that thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you'll know when the next episode is up and running. Thanks again for dropping by. Really do appreciate your time here.